What's up, everybody? I'm Brian, and welcome to another episode of Playing Around. This is a show where I have some gameplay going on in the background while I talk about a few news stories I found interesting, mainly in the video game space. If you like that, please like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the show. Today's gameplay is Metal Gear Online. I went back and played it some more. I kind of took a break from Metal Gear after I platinumed it, and I don't know if I'm gonna go full on back into Metal Gear Online or not. But I had a good time, even though quite a bit of the matches I did weren't very great. But please enjoy me sucking at Metal Gear Online. Alright, and we go to our first news story. This one is actually from the PlayStation blog, and it's written by Guillaume de Foundimoire. I'm probably pronouncing that very badly, so sorry, sir. He's actually the Quantic Dream co-CEO. And it reads, "Hello, PlayStation fans. I'm pleased to announce that Beyond Two Souls is coming to PS4 next week, complete with graphical improvements and new fan-requested features. You'll be able to download it from the PlayStation Store starting November 24th for $29.99. Players will have another chance to experience the story of Jodie Holmes, played excellently by Ellen Page, a young woman who possesses supernatural powers through her psychic link to an invisible entity. Holmes' journey is intertwined with the complex Dr. Dawkins, brought to you to life by the inimitable William Dafoe on PS4. The PS4 edition of the game features a number of improvements, enhanced 1080p graphics including motion blur, bloom, and depth of field effects, as well as improved lighting and shadows. The game also makes use of the DualShock 4's speaker to improve immersion when playing as the entity. Decisions are highlighted at the end of each scene and compared with those made by other players. Once you've completed Beyond Two Souls, you will be able to replay the game in chronological order, a much requested feature in the PS3 version. Increased difficulty in certain fight scenes combined with improved controls for action sequences. It also includes the Enhanced Experiments DLC. We can also now confirm that Heavy Rain will be coming to PS4 digitally next year on March 1st. For those attending PlayStation Experience this year, you'll get hands-on time on both Beyond Two Souls and Heavy Rain. What's more, those who purchase Beyond Two Souls digitally will also be entitled to download Heavy Rain on PS4 when it releases at a discount. It's crazy. I don't know if when he writes it up, it said next week. The actual date is November 24th. It's crazy that it just dropped like this. Like, I don't think there was any hints. Like, the only hint that I saw was, I think there was some sort of leak saying that that both of these were going to come out in March, and now that seems like that's not happening, and only Heavy Rain's coming out in March, and they kind of just dropped Beyond Two Souls, like, kind of stealth launched it on PS4. I don't know if that's has something to do with kind of the backlash against this game compared to Heavy Rain, which has was fared very well critically, and this one, I think high 6s, low 7s this game came with. It did come out with a new trailer. The trailer looks beautiful. I don't know. I'm kind of 50-50 on this. I might pick it up and play it because I didn't ever play it on the PS3. Mainly because what I played on the demo I didn't really like very much. The controls when you play as the entity didn't really feel right to me. I hope maybe they tweak that. It doesn't say anything like that. And I know a lot of people had a lot to complain about the story being disjointed and out of order. And it seems like if you want to play it in order, you got to beat it first in how David Cage wanted you to play it, and then you can play it in order the second time around. I wish that could be something that you could just do from the get-go. And probably the main reason to pick this up, besides if you haven't already played it, and obviously it looks beautiful, is that they do confirm that Heavy Rain will be discounted when it comes out in March. So I imagine that'll be another $29.99 release by itself. Maybe this discount will make it $25, hopefully $20. I don't think it only says digital. It doesn't say anything about physical release, so I guess they're not gonna go physical. But nonetheless, very interesting that this game just kind of came out of nowhere on us. There was rumors that this has been done for a while. The trophy list leaked a long time ago, and it seems like they've been holding it. And maybe there was a decision in Sony to go, okay, yeah, we don't really have that many first parties, and you're pretty much just holding on to this game. Go ahead and release it, and we'll just see how it goes. I doubt there will be any more TV commercials on about this game, but maybe there will. Interesting nonetheless. Something else pretty interesting is this story from IGN written by Matt Porter. And the title reads, Robert Rodriguez and John Malkovich made a movie that will not be shown for 100 years. Interesting. The film 100 Years, starring Robert Rodriguez and John Malkovich, won't be seen until November 18th, 2115. 100 Years is a promotion for Louis XIII Cognac, which is aged 100 years. Louis XIII approached John Malkovich for an idea, but we don't know exactly what it is yet. According to IO9, we do know that 100 Years is set in the present, and that Robert Rodriguez says that it is emotionally charged. There are 3 teasers for the movie, but rather than giving away any details, they are just different representations what the world might be in 100 years' time, when the film is removed from its time-locked safe. There were several options when the project was first presented of what the future would be, said Malkovich. An incredibly high-tech, beyond computerized version of the world, a post-Chernobyl back-to-nature semi-collapsed civilization, and there was a retro future, which was how the future was imagined in science fiction of the 40s or 50s. Louis XIII is sending out 1,000 metal tickets to the movie that will grant their descendants access to the screening of 100 years in 100 years' time. Very weird. Robert Rodriguez, you're not gonna live 100 years either, right? Like, none of us are. So I don't understand the concept of this movie. Like, what happens if this liquor company doesn't exist in 100 years? I guess when the time comes, I have a feeling this movie will be shown before the 100 years is up, at least in limited quantities. But that's just strange to me. Here's another story, this one by GameSpot, by Eddie Malkovich, and it reads, Rainbow Six Siege open beta announced, here's when it starts. Not too long at all. An open beta for the team-based tactical shooter Rainbow Six Siege will be held across PC, Xbox One, and PS4, November 25th through the 29th. Ubisoft announced today preloading starts Monday, November 23rd. I didn't know you could preload a beta, but apparently you can. Cool. Siege's open beta lets you try 13 different operators on 3 maps, each of which has a day and night version. In addition, there are 3 modes to try: bomb, secure area, and disarm bomb. The open beta follows a closed beta that was held in October across all platforms. In other Siege news, Ubisoft today released a new live-action trailer featuring, Alright, so yeah, that's what, a week from now? Maybe a little bit longer? Yeah, like a week from now. And I can't wait to try it out. Obviously, I'll probably have some videos up of playing the game. I still can't believe nobody's like talking about how much. Maybe it's pretty obvious, I guess, but this game just seems so much like Counter-Strike, and I think that's what they're trying to capture, is the addictive nature of Counter-Strike. But yeah, I can't wait to play the beta, and this game comes out this year as far as I know, and I could have sworn I heard that this game was delayed, but apparently not. Apparently it comes out in December, and that's probably a must-buy for me. It does look really, really awesome. Can't wait to try the beta. And here's another one that people are probably going to be disappointed about. This one comes from Polygon, written by Labor Frank, and it reads: Deus Ex Mankind Divided, delayed 6 months to August 2016. Deus Ex Mankind Divided has been delayed. Originally slated for a February 23rd release, the game will now hit store shelves exactly 6 months later on August 23rd. An update to the series' official website has the news, although the site is currently down. The announcement from developer Eidos Montreal, head of studio David and Fossey, suggested that fine-tuning was the cause for the postponement. It's a pretty long time for fine-tuning, if you ask me. As we are now playing through the game in full, and Fonzie wrote, we can see that it will require more time in post-production for tuning, iterations, and refinement to meet our high standards. This is the second game originally meant to launch on February 23rd that has been pushed out of the slot. Mirror's Edge Catalyst was the first of 3 games sharing the day to be delayed. Tongue twister there. That game will now be available May 24th. Far Cry Primal is the only title of the 3 that is still scheduled for February 23rd release. Wouldn't be surprised if that gets pushed back a little bit too. It just seems too early. When announcing the follow-up to Deus Ex Human Revolution's original release date, publisher Square Enix threw in a controversial Kickstarter-esque pre-order campaign. The Augment Your Pre-Order event, which required customers to commit purchasing the game in advance in order to bump up its release, was later dropped following criticism. The game was first announced in E3 2015, and you can check out gameplay, Alright, yeah. I think this probably has more going for it than fine-tuning. Usually when they cite something like fine-tuning, it only gets pushed back like a month or 2 tops. There's something else going on here, and I hope it's just, in any ways, I hope it's for making the game better, and I'm sure that's what it is, because although I liked Human Revolution, it had its fair amount of problems, and they can take as long as they want, as long as the game is amazing, but still pretty unfortunate. Just goes to show that maybe announcing a date too early, you just don't have to do it. Like, you don't have to show your game and show the release at the same time. You can show off a bit of it, go back, do whatever you want, and then when you're confident with the release date, come back and show it to us. Like, if they would have showed us this in E3 and just said 2016, people wouldn't care. Like, it'd be like, okay, it's coming out 2016, great. But that is the last story. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this, please like it, share it with your friends, subscribe to the show, and have a great day.